Hello, my name is Samantha Chapa. The class is CPMT 2445TY1, where I'll be installing a Windows PE bootable to a USB. We are going to use an ISO file, but since I do not want to use a Windows, I'm going to use Ubuntu, a Linux software, only because it is useful where I would do work. So if we go ahead and go into our internet, you can search Ubuntu. Go ahead and click on the first one. I did provide the link in the Words document. You're going to go under Downloads. You're going to download the latest. You're going to get the screen, thank you for downloading Ubuntu Desktop. That's how you know everything was a success. You did not have anything fail. As you can see, it is popped up here in our downloads. I do have it, so I do not want to download again, but I will show you where it is located. If you go into File Explorer, it will be right here. Ubuntu, it's on the E. Our USB is on the D. Later on, you are going to need to know where your USB drive is. You don't know it's going to be on your File Explorer on the D drive, but it was installed on the E. Now you need to make it into an ISO file bootable. I do use Rufus. I use Rufus only because it's a lot easier. You don't have to go through like so much steps. If you don't know where you could get Rufus, you can always search it. It's not so hard. I did provide it also. And here you are. Download the app, Rufus. It's a lot easier for me to use Rufus. So we're going to go ahead and put it on the D drive. That is where my USB is. We're going to put Ubuntu 2.04.1. As you can see, it's selected. We're going to go ahead and put open. We're going to leave everything else the same. We do not want to touch anything else. If you touch something else, it's going to give you problems and it's not going to do it. So you don't want to have that hassle. You're going to go ahead and push start. You're going to get this window. You just want to leave it alone because it is recommended for a reason. So you do not want to mess with it either. Of course, you're going to get the warning that everything on your USB is going to be deleted. We're going to go ahead and push OK. And as you can see, it is starting to format. Okay, now you see it is ready to go. You're going to go ahead and close it. We're going to check it out here. There you go. Ubuntu 22 on the D drive. So we're going to go ahead and eject this one since we already used it. Now I will go ahead and show you how it will be when we go ahead and boot it up. So for that, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording and I'll show you with my camera how the setup will be. Okay, let me go ahead and... Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start up my laptop. I'm going to go ahead and push F9. I do have an HP. As you can see, it is here. We're going to go ahead and push USB hard drive UEFI. We're going to go ahead and try or install Ubuntu. I do not want to put anything else. Go ahead and push enter. And you'll see it. There we go. As you can see, it's loading. You see Ubuntu down here in the bottom. This does take a while, so I'm going to go ahead and fast forward if I can. Okay, so we're going to leave it at English. I do not want to install it since I do have Windows 11 Pro already, so I'm just going to go ahead and put in try Ubuntu. As you can see, it's running. And here is, here we go. Okay, now that our bootable has uploaded, here is the final result of the bootable. Let me see if I could brighten it a little bit. There we go. So you have useful apps in your app store. unless you want to go ahead and do it online, but of course you can have to go through the terminal to do the install. So if you just go into the App Store, under Utilities, you'll be able to find useful apps. Let me see if I could zoom in here. There we go. So the ones that I downloaded was Fast, to test your internet speed, which you know is a must. And of course System Monitor, which I find useful, so you know which softwares are actually okay and running normal and which ones aren't. So I have System Monitor right here. Once I open it, see if I could zoom in a little bit. So you can see I have nothing running since I haven't really opened up anything, but you see that everything's running normal as what we want, and you could go ahead and see more information on it. You can tell right there. Here it is, the user Ubuntu, the list of the processors, the memory it has, the speed and everything. So that's one useful one. And the other one is Fast. Of course, Fast, for now we do need to use our terminal. So if you go into the apps here, click on terminal. Again, there you go. You see how it's running over here. For this command, we're going to go ahead and put Fast. And as you can tell, it's trying to connect to the internet. It might not connect since I was having issues with my internet, so I might have a non-response. Usually when your internet's doing good, it's going to go ahead and tell you how much speed it has. So you can tell it's running. Okay, 44, 1. So it's getting there. So it's running it. It might take a while since it does check it. But it is good to have these two. But as you can tell, everything's running good. I'll go ahead and leave it like that. You go ahead and see over here in the System Monitor, it does come out. It will pop up and pop out once in a while, just because it's running. There you go. So the Fast app went ahead and clocked it in as a 3.20 megabits per second, which is not bad. So there you go. There is Ubuntu with the two apps that I've downloaded, System Monitor and Fast, which are helpful. I'll go ahead and exit out, and thank you.